If you've watched Sten's Every Nintendo Series Explained video, you'll know that I've talked about this series before, but you'd be surprised how much more these games have to offer. So, in this video, I'll go through this entire series in detail and talk about a lot of things I didn't even mention in my 2-minute segment. The first game in the Chalien series is Chee-chai Alien for the Game Boy Color, which released on February 27, 2001 in Japan. This game was made by Creatures Inc., who is more well known for making Pokemon cards of all things. There's really not a lot of information on this game, so let's just jump right into it. Immediately, we're greeted by this little guy and 2 options. Now, I can't read Japanese that well, so I'm curious as to what this mysterious second option is. Let's just check it out and... You good, buddy? You're kinda shaking a bit. Oh, he stopped. And he's shaking again. Little did I know this would serve as merely an introduction to how incomprehensible this game would be. After starting the game, we're thrown into an opening cutscene that is way longer than it has any right to be. I can't read any of it, so I'm just skipping through it, when suddenly I'm hit with a yes or no question. No. I don't think that was the right answer. After a whole lot more text I can't read, and going to space and back, I'm hit with another yes or no question. No. I don't think that was the right answer. After answering yes, I'm sent back to space, and then I'm met with this. Did I just watch someone get electrocuted? After that, 3 more little guys fall from the sky, I'm asked another question to which I instinctively answer no, which was the wrong answer again, and then I'm asked for my name. After putting that in, this blue guy falls from the sky, does a little dance, and then ascends. Finally, the cutscene ends and I'm thrown into a tutorial. A tutorial I can't understand. Then it boots me back to the main menu. After starting the game again, we're thrown into this seizure warning of a map. And just listen to that soundtrack. Incredible. Let's check this bottom area, shall we? We seem to have several ants crawling around the screen. Again, I have no idea what any of these buttons do, so I'll just select this one. Now I can see these little guys in a bit more detail. I think it wants me to choose one of them, so I'll pick this one. This I did not expect. After shaking this guy enough and collecting 30 dark, an orb was revealed to be embedded in his chest. Let me just fiddle around with the menus a bit more and... Whatever anyone says, it wasn't my fault. Well, time to pick another victim, friend. Let's see what you've got hidden underneath that. Oh. Well, that's unsettling. I shook him as much as I could, but I could only get 40 dark off of him. Well, now that I have no more use for you, it's time for you to meet my funny laser. Rinse and repeat for the third guy, who gave me a whopping 160 dark, and now there's nothing to do here. Let's go back and check out this left option. I'm just not gonna question it. This seems to be some sort of Pokédex for these little guys. I selected one of them and was met with a description I couldn't make heads or tails of, so this menu doesn't really have much use for me. Let's look at this right option. Hello. Oh, it talks. Great. Well, that was rude. The top option led me to a map of the solar system. That's it. Okay, I think I need some help here. Well, that figures. Selecting the first option gave me no information and some very cryptic images. Then I realized the middle of the map was an option too. I think it wants me to make some sort of offering. Was that good or bad? I don't know. Nothing I did seem to do anything. The other areas never changed at all, so I eventually just gave up and moved on. Our next game is Nonono Puzzle Chalien, which released for the Game Boy Advance on June 16, 2005. This game isn't a direct sequel to Chee-chai Alien, it just uses the same characters. The first thing we see is this blue guy being launched into space. Then we get a look inside the ship and see all of the fun characters. Suddenly there's a pig alert, and we see that we're heading towards a black hole. Well, this looks bad. Did they die? Starting the game introduces us to this guy who says some stuff and then asks us for our name. I messed up my name and tried to find the backspace button, but ended up pressing confirm instead. Let's try that again, shall we? After putting my name in correctly, Mr. Starman shows us around the ship's cockpit, then throws us into a tutorial. This game is basically the game Bejeweled Twist. You have a grid, and you can rotate 4 tiles clockwise or counterclockwise. After several basic tutorials, we're thrown into the main game, where there are 3 modes to choose from. The first game is about putting food in a microwave, because doing it normally wasn't hard enough. The second game has you creating a path for this guy to walk on. Also we're thousands of feet in the air. He'll be fine. The third game is, well, this shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Shit. After going through the tutorial for this mode, I've learned you have to match numbers in a line. And let's try that first level again. Hell yeah. Well, that was a good 15 minutes wasted. This is pretty much the main mode of the game, having 4 different sub-modes. There's Puzzle Mode, which I just showed you, Score Attack, which shows the score like this. I am very uncomfortable right now. The next mode is Chain Challenge, which is pretty self-explanatory. And finally, Versus Mode. Apparently, this mode actually has a story. The spaceship we were shown in the opening cutscene lands on a planet when suddenly this street gang steals the ship and runs away. In Versus Mode, the computer will throw bombs that you have to get rid of. Well, add that to the list of charges. I wasn't good at this mode, mainly because I only played it once and didn't understand what I was supposed to do until it was too late. But that's beside the point. After that, I checked out the settings. Exciting. I managed to find the credits, which had some fun scenes. Then I found this menu. Yes. Well, this can only go well. Yes. Apparently that was the erase data option. Well, that's a good segue to the next game. Spin 6 is the only game in this series to release outside of Japan, coming out on DSiWare on June 21st, 2010 in North America. This game is basically Puzzle Chalien, except they removed the story and 3 whole game modes. While this seems like a downgrade, at least this time I'll actually be able to read the text. Let's see what some of this dialogue has to offer. Well, I can't say that wasn't informative. Is that a threat? There really isn't a lot to mention in Spin 6 since it's literally a re-release of Puzzle Chalien. So I guess that's it. Watch Sten's video, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Here's a random explode.